So I would say one of the most overlooked components of manifesting a new body and experiencing the absolute best health that one can have is emotions. And there's so much talk and information around clean eating. And I say, well, what about clean thinking? And what I mean by clean thinking is we need to understand that when someone has an emotional wound, there's a disruption to the human spirit. That emotional wound registers in the mind, which is at the center of the central nervous system. And that nervous system is then disrupted, first at the area of the brain, and then those disrupted signals go all the way down the spine and out into every single organ, which then is carrying out disrupted activity, and that has symptoms in the body. So if we're going to take an emotionally wounded person and just slap a diet and exercise program on them, telling them that's going to fix everything, that's the equivalent of putting a Band-Aid on a cancerous lesion. So yeah, it might protect it for a little bit, but over the long term, that lesion isn't going to heal. It's going to reoccur and maybe even grow. And people that have been looking to rebuild their health for a long time have experienced this. This is what we know about the yo-yo dieting and the losing and gaining back. It's this putting this Band-Aid on this cancerous lesion. However, if we flip that and approach it from the exact opposite angle, what we have going now is working on the emotions themselves. So we go from an outside-in approach to an inside-out approach. And the byproduct of the healing of that emotional wound is a more regulated nervous system, which carries out a more consistent nerve impulse into the cells, which carries out a more stabilized activity level. And we have emotional healing with a natural byproduct of a better body. In other words, when the emotional wound is healed, the weight is released. It can fall off faster. And when you combine the two, that's when you're at pure gold.